was multi-killing, being a big influence when it comes to closing out that last map. So if Strife want to close this out comfortably, they're going to need to get off to that same early start with the good calls there as well, and then deliver on the frag from Stamina for sure.
And may I say again, Cxzi delivered yet another solid map out of himself. The 16-year-old stand-in doing wonders for Strife, and now potentially advancing to day 2 of this closed qualifier. My name is Fi, I'm Joe McCall, McHenry. Let's get this one done. Map 2. It's Strife's pick of Inferno. We'll see if Vendetta have anything to say.
What do they have to say here? Let's find out. Vendetta trying to keep their heads in this game. Did choose to start on that T side, interestingly enough. I was anticipating that Strife would be on that side of the map, but no. Vendetta, maybe as a result of the stand-in here, just trying to dictate the pace of this game. And it looks like they're going to do just that here, with a little bit of wrapping around towards that A bomb site, but you can see it's all split in towards B here, and they've completely bypassed Strife's defense.
Okay. And now, so it's going to be a pincer on towards this B site. Dooley's stamina do get to tuck away in towards the tree position, but he does get dealt with. Now, Joel, you have so many bullets in that mag, but unable to fire many of them. It'll be Cxzi at least with the trade, the sprint up banana. No saving here. We're going right in. An infinite, instant headshot. This needs to be quick, though. They don't have kits. So sprinting on into a major crossfire, though. 2 players in spawn, 1 on the site. It's going to be difficult to break, but if you hit the shots, you might just get through them. But Tender and Chop will close things down. Nothing getting out of hand for Vendetta. They get the pistol.
Yeah, I mean, another big factor here for Vendetta is that they just did not have too many rounds to start things off. I think they kicked this game off down 7-0. So the fact that they get a pistol here, that they get to start things off on the right foot here is such a promising sign. It's a continuation of their slow start. Or their really good finish on Nuke. So I'm liking this a lot more out of Vendetta. Good pistol round put together. It looked like they had a really good read on what sort of pistol Strife were going to bring to the table, because they completely bypassed so much of that defense there. Ooh, and they give out of Infinite though. Sure.
That's a call.
Didn't buy any armor though. I guess you can't buy any armor. Where's he playing with that Negev? He's taking the coffins angle.
Maybe to spam the smoke if he gets smoked out. It's possible. Also, to spam the plant sounds pretty good in my book. There's some options with that Negev, but it might not. Smoke dropped in. Stamina playing behind him with that 5-7. So lethal at close range. They're not going to test it, or Stamina 7. He's going to run through the smoke, but the teammates need to hold on here. Joel's at range, can't do much, but Snakes, he takes his turn through the smoke. Silas down to 20. Now dancing around the site. Snakes collects another. It's a 1v1. Cxzi though gets himself onto the site. No headshot connection though. It needs to be there. And Cxzi will finish the job. Very risky though. And Vendetta just squeaked by.
That's incredibly close. They're just barely able to close that one out there for Vendetta, keeping themselves in this one. Cxzi closing out a massive clutch. Being able to isolate those 2 fights there. And it was a good defense from Strife, just couldn't finish the job. Dealing with the lesser weaponry. Nothing out of that Negev purchase, which was a bit disappointing, but 5 players stacking over early on towards that B bomb site. It looks like they're going to send Chop in as a sacrifice here, I feel like. Just a little probe of information, but they've got the rest of the roster behind them.
Oh my gosh, the lottery just showed up in front of Chop.
That's the jackpot.
Oh, and the nade. And the nade. Oh, it's...
Look at those Zeeks, Chiquinho.
All right, here they come right on in. It's the Opper of all players who are collecting them, too. You'll love to see it. It's a quick 3-0 here for Vendetta. And Chiquinho getting all the cash.
Oh, yeah. Having himself a field day here, just as Vendetta are right now. Up 3-0. Feeling confident. Of course, the investment's coming back out, but Chiquinho immediately gets invested into an op as well here. I stacked up enough cash there to get a buyback out, so We'll see what he can do here. What can he deliver?
Fast mid control on the table here for Vendetta. Well, pressure on multiple points of the map. A lot of smokes expended, though. Only 2 remaining for their Cxzi, so they might have to choose quickly.
Got 3 players here on this B bomb site. Defense looking rather sturdy as Stamina. Almost a charge. Flashbang comes through. Stamina plucks one out of the server. Finds Cxzi as well. Deleting them here. Nearly finds them through the wall, but Infinite does get taken down. He sticks around for a little too long there. And Stamina's still standing close by, but will it be enough to deter them? They still seem committed.
Stamina, though, blinded up. The cross, the push through the smoke from Snakes. Grab chop. However, Vendetta will get into the site. And will actually get themselves a plant. Now a 2v4.
A lot of utility here. Smokes and mollies galore for Strife. This should help him out big time.
Cxzi with a chance, and he might not get many more of those. But Tender helping out. Oh no, but Cxzi just simply can't hit a shot. It's tough. Tender though. Oh my goodness! He gets a spray down. This would be a 4K for the round, but no, out in the open, and Snakes, he has time. Will just barely get it, but a 2v4 nearly converted single-handedly by Tender.
With that sort of spray down there, imagine if Cxzi was just able to find one. He got an opportunity to land, or at least shoot 3 shots right there. Just split the goalpost every single time. Which, to be fair, a tricky position right there for him, but again, 3 opportunities, and Tinder almost made good on that round. He did a lot of damage there. Honestly, I thought much more than what realistically Vendetta should have been able to get away with. So I know they're probably disappointed at the end of that round result, but they still did a lot of economic damage. And you take a look at the investment. It's a single op, 3 MP9s here. This is very workable. They capitalize. They're going to get off to that very hot start that we said they needed here.
Committing into a bit of a 3-man B stack, though. Are we going to just go for banana re-aggression again? Where have I seen this before? Literally 2 rounds ago. And there it is. But no kills result. Vendetta a bit more passive on their approach. Strife on it. Stamina's about to clear out all of banana.
There's very good information. They're going to flank.
Oh, this flank is utterly massive. Infinite just gets the kill and gets out of dodge. Stamina is holding with the op. And now with 30 seconds remaining on the clock, they still have a whole A site to go through. Snakes gonna get flashed in, but Silas unblinded. There's some reason now. 2 players still remaining here on the site, but Silas fighting inside the molly. And will fall to Joel's. The off angle from Calyx is great. And Cxzi nowhere to go but into the MP9 of Infinite. It's Strife with 2 in a row.
Brilliant job right there. I think Strife needed to have some sense of proactivity in that round, given the lack of firepower that they had. So many MP9s in play. So they needed something like that banana aggression to just completely halt Vendetta. And right as they were pulling the pin on that execute, they were just about to throw their utility. Guess who's just backstabbing him right there? That's a really nice little play there. A little mid-banana smoke.
Yeah.
It's really interesting from Snakes. Don't see that all that often here. Infinite's going to be pressured by the Tech 9, but surprisingly enough, just continues to hold his ground, doesn't fall off, just keeps on fighting.
It's been kind of the meta as of lately. Is mid-banana smoke. Okay, hold on. Infinite gets caught out. He was just going for the jiggle peek. Snake is going to let them pass. Get in, but taking new angles will work well. With Stamina also helping out. It's going to be a quick 3 in a row now from Strife. They get the ball moving now.
That they do. Continue to show strong results here. Once they get the rifles out. Again, they're still holding on to 3 AKs, which is such an asset on the CT side. Having so much firepower to back up your CT side is incredibly nice. Utility's looking pretty good for Vendetta. So a lot of this coming down to this banana control. They're starting to just let Infinite have free range and covering a lot of this ground. He's taking a lot of liberties in terms of going for these fights, and right now, Vendetta haven't really had the proper resources to counter it.
And control established. Reaction from Strife. Just to immediately counter with some of the utility they have. Right now, Vendetta's belts are low, so this trade favors Strife just a bit. No flashbangs.
Still a molly and a smoke in Infinite's hands. They don't have a lot of utility to fake this, so it essentially has to be the commit. And there's the counter molly that will buy so much time here. It's disjointing them so much. Looking to play at the edge of the smoke. Infinite has 2 though.
Oh, but now trapped. Now turn 4 throw. Just Infinite goes for 3 there. And even utility dump. Still just on the edge of the smoke though. An instant double kill comes out of Cxzi. The smoke drops, the curtains raise, and reveals the whole Strife team. Vendetta can't handle it. That makes 4 in a row for Strife. Now they're really on their feet.
So much going on this defense right now. You can see that the individual showing up as well. Infinite with a nasty little 3K. Someone that we didn't have to mention too much there for Strife on their T side of Inferno. He had a lot of impact versus Pesa in that last series. But right now he's getting a lot of chances to take fights on this B side, and he's winning a lot of them as well, so he's not really a player that you want to allow for confidence to grow. He's standing at 8 and 6, and he's got a whole lot of damage done already as well.
Molly goes in, threatening the mid play, but Strife want to call the bluff. They are not going to fall back just yet. No longer standing their ground. They're going to hand the control over to Vendetta, giving the pistol some space.
Be a real weird adjustment. 4 players though towards A, so they might just be able to hold their ground with a man extra on this bomb site as well.
Oh, but the nade stack is great. That breaks open the side anchor. Now there's a lot of space for these keys to run wild on the site. Joel's ran down, but Infinite plays atop his own smoke. Gets himself a kill. And Stamina close by as well to deposit another. So it's a quick 2v2. But this retake might be swift. That molly misses.
It's going to complicate things here. They have the smoke to scale up, but Chop's covering this angle. He's got it ready and primed.
Of course, there's that classic one-way push, and Snakes is going to do exactly what Silas expects. And it's going to save. Very messy round, but that's what happens when you give the pistols the space. Things just happen. The nade stack and pit. And he gave them chances, and Vendetta took it by the horns.
That was a really well-placed execute right there. Had the smoke, had the utility, get the job done off the nade stack. Because imagine if Cxzi is still in pit right there. That's the extra play that I was talking about that could have just defended like nobody's business as the rest of his teammates were close by, but he can't have any impact. He just bombarded out of the round, and I'm excited to see that depth out of Vendetta. Because I wasn't sure that once those string of rounds came through from Strife, they were showing some real promise. They were reading the defense quite nicely. Well, A good sign here. Stamina plucking a shot off, but no connection this time.
So close on that one. Gets himself into the apartments end of things. He'll take his pot shot and fall off. Vendetta just going all out and running right through the smoke. Cxzi does not care. But Stamina is still in the sight. It's a great shot, buying the CT space.
Oh, a little bit of life, but he oversteps right there, right into Chiquinho's hands. There's still more presence on this pit position. Calix spamming down range, and Cxzi's just been cut off as well. They're losing so much numbers. That's going to be the site confirmed. Snakes, there's not a lot you can say about this one. We know how those A-side post plants will go. Even if there's a couple players low, his chances are slim to none.
Yeah, there were still a couple opportunities for Strife to get back into the round, but with Calix getting full blinded up and unable to collect his kills on the short position, time to back away. Once again, Vendetta proving themselves, again, competent on this map. They have solid executes here on this A site. And despite with a stand-in, still a pretty coordinated unit. Give credit where credit's due.
Definitely showing some strength here for sure. I'm excited to see this out of Vendetta. Didn't want to see them fall flat in this series and bow out. Especially with Chiquinho's good individual performance there on Nuke. Showing some good rounds despite being up against a big challenge, and that's some far too high ping for competitive play. This guy's still performing. Snake's got the soul rifle. He's got a little bit of investment alongside him. Infinite's got a P250 armor. A lot of utility, in fact. So things could be a bit interesting here. Do wonder what they have cooked up with this util.
Ah, okay. This boost has gotten quite popular. It's a very awkward angle to deal with. It dodges all the flashbangs. And Silas. Ooh. Shot gets popped off. Stamina will drop his smoke. Being very feisty with it right now, or Strife. These pistols aren't going to go down without a fight.
I really like that boost a lot. There's a couple different boosts on that B side that you can actually go for. I think one is over towards the back of that emo box or dark. Be super effective. Chiquinho peeking in though. Past the flames right there. Gets away with a frag. And that's one of the players with armor taken down early, so very nice frag to find.
150 ping, baby.
150 ping swing. Like a ghost, in and out. But in towards that B bomb site. They're executing into the rifle here.
Yeah, we do have a molly in place, though. That's going to slow them down for just a bit. However, Stamina forced out of his position, and Snakes annihilated. The jump up from Chop. It's a snap onto his target. And that should seal the round. The plant and Joel's perhaps looking for an exit, a rifle, or something.
Not a lot really that you can pick up though. And they'll just get run down by Tender. Again, a very strong execute. Someone that we almost didn't mention on that last map was Chop outside of his attempt in the clutch in the last round. He just was kind of a non-factor on Nuke, right? Well, right now he's finding a couple of really impactful opening picks that is a bit of a opposite result from that last map. So it's good to see him bouncing back as well here, as we came into this one kind of talking about how a bit of an underutilized tool here in NA.
Oh boy, fast up middle though. What was going on in mid? Chiquinho's just gonna run through him. Joel's had a chance for just a moment, but Chiquinho was up to no good. He just opt down 2 players and it's already a save within the first 15 seconds. Well then.
There's just nothing you can do about that round, right? I mean, you could have been prepared for Chiquinho, but after you lose 2 of those players there, it's just over. It just seemed like they didn't know that was a possibility. Now, to be fair to Vendetta, that's a bold call to even make right there. Just send it down middle. That's not something you'll see all that often. Almost never there. As one more kill comes through from Tinder, that's going to be a famous drop there. Infinite left cowering inside of T-Apps here. Vendetta looked to really hunt him down. I won't be able to, I don't think, so it's not a big deal, but really like that out of them. Have the pace change here, and now Strife are in a bit of a dry spell.
Yeah, they won 4 in a row. And then have been beaten back in all of these rounds. That was a full gun round. At least they put together what they could. And it simply did not materialize. They got gunned down in middle. But Chiquinho, who's looking quite solid right now. Oh, but we're up to no good. Joel's... Oh, hello. Oh, my goodness. They just disrespect the smoke. I don't know how you can even take that if you're Strife. You're never expecting that. You think you're playing against rational opponents. Not today, I guess.
Not today at all. These guys have come in as a new beast. Chop 10-7. Again, completely polar opposite results from what we've seen out of him. And I'm loving it. I really like to see this guy's rise in performance. Chiquinho getting flashy with the up again, knowing what he needs to do. He needs to give him that 150 ping wide swing. He's completely collapsing Strife's defense. Now, that was a bit of a lacking purchase. Here's a very fine buy from Strife. So what can they try and finish off here for the remainder of this half? They're running out of time. They're running out of runway here. This time, though, the opening pick and some extra damage on the way out. They're not too bad there from Infinite. A big X factor for his camp.
Phasing through the smoke, though. Contact walk up. Snakes, jiggle peeks, gets that info, but Joel is in towards spawn. The last thing Cxzi was expecting with the 3rd man on the site, and then Infinite even drives home another. Tender could not double up and entry the whole A site by himself. And so it leaves Chiquinho. 150 ping. It's 5:30 in the morning, and he survives the first shot from Cxzi. Yes, tons of money in the bank, but 10 HP might limit his chances. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
He can go for it. He is able to go for it.
Oh. Yeah, it's the right crosshair placement, but again, it's one of those things that you just don't know what he saw
ping
on his screen, right?
For all he knows, he didn't see anything.
He was still in T-spawn.
He's actually... His ping is so high, he's actually playing for Fnatic right now. He's that far back in time right now. That delayed.
Gotta respect it, man. Again, I was not verbally complaining, but I was mentally complaining to myself on 70 ping wingmans. So, credit to Chiquinho, who is up against much tougher competition. And I can only imagine is still having a good time by the way he's been playing. Cxzi might not have a good time here if they get a good angle on him. And yeah, that's a pretty tough angle to take. Luckily, Stamina takes it right back, though. And honestly takes down Chop, who's been such a heavy hitter. Such a big impact when it comes to the entries.
Cxzi gets a spot, sees a shoulder. Snakes. And really good flashbang put back in. Being a real nuisance. That nade. That's going to do some nice chunky damage. And Snakes has puffed his chest just enough to force them the other way.
Yeah, the issue is, though, that might have been a bit of a liability here. Joel's is not even on the site. They're just going to run on in. But maybe he can drop the bomb. But it's a really tough task for Joel's, though.
Oh, but he gets the first on a Cxzi. He's doing a great job at slowing them down. Cxzi has the bomb, has still yet to round that lane side corner. He doesn't want to let go of this angle. And now he really has to. He almost handed the round back away, but he'll get in the plant instead. Now Silas, aggressive forward, has an instant headshot and stamina, but the retake, it's fast. 2 players up lane already. But then Silas begins to deal with them one by one. Not fast enough. And Vendetta look to march to 9.
I don't think there's a way in this round here. 2v3. Yeah, Silas continues to just farm them up here. Snakes labored on the spray. Just can't even take the head off of Tinder. The first piece of the puzzle right there. And I think the only way they lose that round, Vendetta, is if Cxzi stayed another second there longer towards middle and dropped the bomb. Because once they get that bomb site again, doesn't matter if you're a man down. Doesn't matter if you don't have any utility here. The crossfires, the angles that you can hold are going to be so much more advantaged right there. And Strife face that tough reality.
So, just to charge down middle, I think Stamina's also just been spotted. Oh, he had the right idea, the right crosshair placement, but the shots simply don't connect. Now, Cxzi on the off angle. Good to take down Tender. Still looking to battle, though, or Strife. Chop decides to walk out middle. A lot of risk taking here from Vendetta that might not be necessary.
They're playing it a bit puggy as I kind of expected them to, with the stand in here. And I guess it's kind of style-esque of these guys, but they do have a lot of firepower to bounce back here. Mollies aren't quite landing as they'd hoped, and there's only one flash to get them in. Cxzi goes back to line that up. They're telegraphing this. They know exactly what's coming.
Double setup here, but oh, the flash is so excellent. It almost worked out, but Infinite wasn't quite blinded. Cxzi walking up the angle, but Snakes is going to finish the job. It's going to be a 96.5. Strife still with some things to say, but Vendetta looking proficient. 9-6 half. Vendetta, a bit in the driver's seat here. Looking to bring this one to a third map of Mirage. But Strife, again, these T-sides that they've been running have been solid. See if they can replicate some of the same stuff. I'm by John McCall, Extra McHenry, and we have a mid-firing squad assembled here by Vendetta. But no one, not giving themselves a target to shoot at. Not very cool of you, Strife. I want some action.
Yeah, they went for the initial duck out here, but now they've got to turn their attention towards second mid, and stamina was way too wise to that. Was ready for that aggression from Tender. Catches that opening pick here. Silas is essentially on an island on A. There's no help coming, and there's 5 players heading his way. That's going to be the site compromise now, and it could complicate things. As Chop finds one. He's then bested. Stamina has this nasty little position in library now, and this flank should be hurt up middle. So there's a smoke on the top of the building. Shouldn't matter there. Cxzi and Jaquinho left in the clutch.
Yeah, Calyx elevated angle with Stamina long range, but Cxzi just wide swung and gave Calyx a burst of the dual Berettas, but now it comes down to Jaquinho, 150 ping, and he probably didn't even see snakes on his screen. Strife up to 7, and Vendetta fall down just a bit. We can see Strife get back in the game.
The likelihood of this one very quickly becoming a tie game is there for sure. Vendetta, though. Okay, I was about to say, I would have been surprised to see them call in the full eco. Prioritizing the rifles here. Because a round like this can allow them to jet off, but if they lose it, they don't get too much damage, well, then they might be put in a situation where they're at a tie ball game here, and Strife can very quickly start to take that lead back, start to build some momentum. Good with the nade stacks here, though, in the second round.
Flash in. Oh, what? Cxzi! Okay. All right. Sure.
Oh, man. That is a blinder right there. And Strife left just shocked as to what just happened here. Unsure of where they want to end. Joel's trying to dance between 2 smokes, but it's a dangerous dance now that he's walking closer and closer to a 4-man A-side lean. Jaquinho might get his chance to strike here at the edge of the smoke. But this is a dangerous game for him. He's 1 HP.
Oh, so Calyx is going to be able to find that. The rap begins. What do Strife choose? Are they going to run through the smoke? They are, right into a Desert Eagle. Still 2 players on the site. Cxzi off the low. They're going to clean out the site. Despite all this, despite Cxzi spray transferring a deagle, it puts Chop up for the 1v2. The Moss lane. The confidence that he's in this position right now. And the off angle held from Joel's. It's going to be quite difficult to break this one. The off angle from Snakes as well is just too good. That's going to be Strife somehow winning that.
I can't believe it right there. I'm in shock with how much they had on that bomb site. 2 players is all that they needed to take down, and they were all diving through a smoke right there. So credit to Snakes and Joel's for pulling that round back, because they had no business getting away with that. Absolutely none. And now Vendetta left onto a tough eco here. Got 2 flashes for 60. Might queue up a little bit of aggression down banana, something like that. But likelihood of them winning this round even less than the last. And likely see here the become an interesting nade stack. Connects, but Stamina just runs around the corner.
Stamina just like Samax is okay. We're back to this again, I guess.
Yeah. Looks like it. Silas with 2 really nice kills, I gotta say.
I must say, yeah. But it shouldn't even get to this point, you would think.
Luckily for them, again, they're playing their cards right here. They completely gambled all their resources here for Vendetta. Over towards that A-bomb site. Not a bad idea, but just not where they're lying in here. And Strife, I think, are going to be able to beat him to the punch on this B play. So once it gets to the post plants, kind of become a little bit less winnable.
But Vendetta are gonna throw their hat in the ring for this one. 3 players to make their way up banana. Strength in numbers? I mean, a smoke for chop. No one is really watching the banana position except for Infinite, or rather Cxzi, who's just jiggle peeking from the new box side. Things get weird, but then they headed to the meat grinder. But I mean, Joel just picked up the deagle. It's just gonna 1D the last player. But it's getting into positions where, you know, it never really should be. These rounds are not clean from Strife, not convincing. And with the first gun round coming up, who's to say that Strife got this in the bag?
Yeah, I mean, they got some individual heroics that have bailed them out. I mean, especially on that 17th round, right? But this needs to be a wake-up call. They need to utilize the closeness and nature of these last couple of rounds to really buckle down and figure out the game plan here. Establish something. A little variation on that molly. You saw Stamina throwing it on top of the balcony every round. Well, they throw it on top of the stairs. They don't even let you get the first step.
But really just siphoning out this defense's utility. Just a single molly and a on chop. That's on the other side of the map. It's about to be an apartments pop where Tender's about to face the full brunt of Strife. Oh no, Cal! He just teleports in front of Tender. It's an easy kill, but all of them are traded. Thankfully for Strife, that could have been a very frustrating way to lose a round. But it's a 3v3 post plant.
I think he disconnected or something weird. Or at least that's what it looked like right there. Either way, 3v3 post plant. We know how difficult those A sides can be. There's a kit and 2 flashes, both on Cxzi. Tosses them both in. Yep. They're walking into the meat grinder. They're walking into the crossfire. This one already done and dusted here as Cxzi sticks around for a little while longer. He likes to fight his way out of these situations, but Stamina will not allow that. And that's the sort of round that they needed there. That sort of convincing trading that just didn't come through in the anti-ecos, but finally does right now when they're up against the full rifles.
Yeah, this is looking like a more procedural Strife. And now you start to worry for Vendetta. They need to win one of these rounds, because the money for Strife is going to get out of control, where you can't break their cash in a single round. They have to keep the insane damage that they keep dealing with these pistols. And damage they do, I suppose.
Oh, they keep on tossing down range there. Stamina. One more.
He's eaten every HE thrown this round, I think.
Ooh. Oh, that one bounced off the wall, though. Going to avoid that, fortunately for him. Not quite deep enough to take the point man down. The IGL here having a bit of a rougher time here on Inferno, but if he can call up a good T side here, no worries. And so far, first gun round looked very good. And this, he looks to be avoiding, or at least walking into a relatively calm site. Not too much presence here. They're starting to quickly stack the resources, so Vendetta are sold by this fake, and Stamina gets taken down. So will Joel's.
The follow-up headshot is incredible from Tender. Standing in the molly, though. Looking for another opportunity. Getting ready to press onto this site. Meantime, Chop.
Oh, no.
The edge of the smoke. Infinite spots him out. Do they bite down on this? They do. They're going to go back towards the B side of Cxzi. Pushing down middle. Cxzi wins that duel, and it'll be an easy bomb plant for Strife. Lucky for them. Time low. No one to capitalize upon.
Oh, wow. Gosh. Cxzi just doesn't get caught off guard, I feel like. There's an impressive amount of rounds where I feel like he needs to be just taken down because he should be caught unaware. But for such a young player, it always seems like he knows where his opponents could be. He knows the sort of gaps and his defaults. Like he always has an eye on that mini map, understands the vulnerabilities in the default and adjusts accordingly. Because there's been a couple of rounds, even on Nuke, where just in some awkward positions, or I guess it was more so on the last game of Inferno versus Team 1. I was just super impressed with his understanding. And covering off that mid player right there, that's a real testament to what he's been able to do. That's really wise.
Yeah, that's why he's a prodigy. It's cool that he gets to show his stuff with Strife. And maybe advance them on to day 2 of the qualifier. Strife up 2 rounds. They've won the first 5 rounds of this half, uncontested. But this is where the rubber meets the road. Chiquinho's got his AWP out. He's gonna take the opportunity to take a peek down middle and snipe down Calyx. Not ready for that peek down middle. At the same time, Chop is getting himself into this corner with 23 points of health to his name. Risky position, but might not come to fruition. That Strife pressure that A site.
Big man advantage here. And a big rotation in towards A here. You can see another player joining up forces. It's going to be another Halls pop, but they're getting stuck on the ledge. That's a big problem right there. Team flushed as well. The coordination a bit clunky. And they don't have any space elsewhere on the map here, so this is at the point where I think Strife just have to shoot their way to that situation. There's a single smoke, a flash, and an HE. That's all that they have left to work with here, so obviously hoping for some sort of mistake here, but they probably do need to land some 6 shots if they want to get their way back into this round.
I mean, Stamina is going to try and sell the fake on his own towards B. Walking up with that AWP. Ready to snipe the trigger peek. There it is, finding Cxzi. He's going to do his best to sell this fake on the site. Almost opens it up completely. But Vendetta haven't quite pinned down on this. Still 2 players on the A site with 15 seconds remaining. They got to be quick. These frags have to be instant. And Tender out in the open. I mean, there is a chance, but a chance does not mean a round victory. A fake play. No time. But what an effort from Strife. Despite the 3v5, they get it down to the 1v1.
That's a really nice try right there. Another, extra 2 seconds there. I think he could have got that bomb down. Just a simple game of timing. He had to find that kill, right? I think it's much more valuable to land the kill than to just try and stick the bomb and die. So, what a great effort from Strife. Pulling that round back from the brink there. They didn't even sell the fake all that well, right? Great job from Stamina to land that initial pick on the CT spawn guy. Even almost followed up, but it didn't really sell the fake there. Vendetta held their ground on that A bomb site. They were still able to bring it to the 1v1. So despite Vendetta's playing it correctly, playing it right, that's that thing that I talked about there. You just have to shoot your way out of some situations, and they nearly did.
Banana, a bit of a bloodbath at Cxzi. Always hunting for those opening kills. Got a King of Swing. Grouping up towards top banana right now, Strife. Yeah, there's a timing right now where the B site's completely empty. It's only Chop with a small set of utility, but I'm not sure that could hold off the full execute. He has the volley out. He's gonna drop it. Where's the extinguish? It's right there. They're already in. That molly did nothing to slow down Strife here. And even gets spammed back through the smoke. Those tracers spotted of the A4. Plant goes in, and it's time to save.
Immediately calling this one right here. They're not even interested in sticking around for too long. Vendetta, even Inferno is enough to encourage a save. They don't see any pathway into this retake, and I understand why. No kit. A little bit of util there on Chiquinho, so no way back into that round. Strife just cracking things open. Snakes with that an early kill towards Banana, but you also just see a simple lack of resources for Vendetta towards that B bomb site thereafter, and sometimes you just have to take a little bit of a risk here or there. And this time they didn't quite risk it on the right bomb site. They didn't have enough information. They didn't take enough space. There's going to be a problem here. Vendetta, they don't have a lot of room to take any more risks here. They're down 2 rounds.
Yeah, but so important for Vendetta with their weapons to keep bringing buys in every single round. You know, they were right about one thing, is that saving keeps those gun rounds rolling. If Vendetta lose all of their guns in any single round, they're just going to hand freebies to Strife. Well, you would think. Seeing how these pistol rounds have gone this game, maybe not, but... Some sneaky stuff. Oh, they're gonna... Oh,
no way.
That... Yeah, that's what's gonna happen when you walk through a smoke. Uncoordinated there on the... And they're gonna get duly punished for that.
I don't know what that was there. It looked like they had a flash or I don't know, something lined up, right? But
if they were coordinated, it might have worked, right? You only trade the 1 for 1, but they went in, they lined up in a queue just to get taken down.
That's wild. Easy pickings right there. It doesn't get any easier than that. Just that's a firing range. Even if they were trying to like double peek that or something,
yeah,
it's like it's a pretty small corridor there. You're walking through gray screens. You're really taking a big risk there, and they quickly found out. That's bizarre. Don't expect that too often. Stamina. It looked like he was saving there for a second. But maybe not.
He's going to back away into T-spawn. But Tender gets a triple kill served right up to him. Not too much more to say about that.
Bizarre. Really weird call. But we got to shake that round off here. I mean, the unfortunate circumstances, their money's quite low. I mean, I guess Stamina can toss over an AK here to Joel's, and they can still get a pretty decent investment thereafter. But that's not a round that you really want to afford this late into the game, when you could just give Vendetta an edge back in this one. You could just give 3 free frags to Tender right there. We'll see if there's any redemption in this next round.
Still with the purchase up, but maybe for not much longer. Vendetta are in an awkward position. This is the definition of a pivot round.
Back to walking through a smoke here, potentially. This time they should have a flash. There it is.
Yep. There it is. Chiquinho pops a shot, though. I think that flash missed. They are very lucky to hold on to all their players. And they're going to continue pressing forward. They're going to leap on in through the site. Chiquinho going to strike down the burst, and they're not going to check the boost up above. Joel's will finally clean up. Chiquinho, though, struggling towards the back of the site. He's on such low HP. He legs a player through the smoke inside of it.
He's still alive.
How? He's still alive. But Stamina just found another kill in towards the ball. Chiquinho's still alive. The Snake's going to spam the smoke. Only 4 bullets in the mag. He's going to be sure about his shot. And now it's a 1v1. Tender v Snakes. And Snakes eats the grenade. You wonder what the play is here for Snakes. 30 seconds on the clock to make a decision. Tender. Whose choice to swing? Snakes feels the pressure, the need to plant, spots out his opponent, sees nothing, fake on the plant, spam on the bomb, reload coming through, another fake plant, though, and he flicks over for it midair. Tender just gets it across the line.
You can't even believe it right there. You can see him looking up to the heavens, thinking his lucky star. That was a very nice flick. I think the jump came after there, so just able to land that off of muscle memory alone. I don't even know what he could see playing so narrowly off that smoke. But that, like you said, is such an incredible pivot round right there. And Tinder back to back where he just either alleviates all the stress for his team or completely saves them right there. I guess it's a matter of both in these last 2 rounds. As that's a chance here, Vendetta. I mean, they will take the lead off the back of this. It's 5 Glocks.
You say that. I'm not gonna take your word until it happens. I mean, Cxzi is playing a very advanced position. Spots a boatload of players though. Drops his smoke. Are they gonna respect it? They will. Maybe a Brum boost through. That seems like a possibility. Oh, they're setting up for it. Here we go. Or not. Who knows? Maybe it... No, never mind. Thought it would have drawn the crosshair off of Cxzi just a little bit, but it's Glocks. Yeah, you were right, Cole.
Glocks. Hey. I've seen one too many Glock rounds go a little too crazy to fully count them out, right? But definitely the case right there that nothing comes of it. And Vendetta on 13 now. They've taken back the lead. And I'm sure they've taken a whole lot of momentum away from the Strife camp here. Left a bit shaken or a bit rattled after these couple of rounds.
Race up towards Bay. Oh, Snake's down to 1 point of health. Just hanging on by a thread, man. And Cxzi has an HE for himself. If a nade enters his solar system, he's gone.
Just depends on when he gets that one down here. A lot of banana presence.
Oh,
They're ready to go through that one, but they're already past that HE. That's not going to catch him here. Instead, they're going to move so quickly.
oh, but Snake's bolts instantly. Joel's, I mean, he's dancing inside of his team Smokes, trying to provide some help. Molly goes in towards back at the site, and Cxzi goes down. Can't deal with Joel's. One more player on the back of the site, but oh, they have no idea. They really don't know that Chop is even there. Silas runs through, and that's the round. It's going to be Vendetta marching to 14 here. Tender to finish the job. And Vendetta looking to steal their opponent's map pick and bring a third.
Money shot. Not a lot that Strife can say about this one. Looking so much more promising here. It's going to be a force buy. Believe it or not here. Strife didn't get the bomb plant here, but they're really relying on that max loss bonus, so going for broke. They don't want to let Vendetta get onto that map point. Not interested in playing for overtime here.
Chop goes down to 2 HP to start this round.
Catch some HEs there, sat in the molly or something. You're gonna force Cxzi with the utility set and AK. We'll give him all the firepower. As he's down low, he's just cannon fodder at this point here.
Oh. Calix even got a chance. Kina missed his flick and Tender struggled on the spray. Once again, Vendetta love stacking this A site 4 players. Oh, the one way. Cxzi playing some games, but Infinite not biting on it.
When does Cxzi calling for another rotate here, though? That's a question. Because he does need help. And just now, perfectly timed here, right before that execute lies in, right before they start throwing in their utility. That's when Silas comes on in.
Yeah, but smoke goes on through, and Cxzi actually goes down. There's going to be a plant here, and stamina. Dude, this guy's Tech 9 has won them so many rounds this game.
It's
and
surreal.
the deep
There's
CT smoke.
deep CT.
Oh my gosh, that is mostly a nail in the coffin. How are you supposed to advance onto the site?
Still only on Tech 9 though for these two players, and stamina overstepped.
Oh no, that gives them a chance. That gives them an avenue back into the round. But Snakes claws one back. Joel's on his dude. What is it with this weapon? It just makes rounds happen. Jaquinho to flee the scene. But this was a Tech 9 forced by desperation. And it's gonna work for Strife.
But everyone goes down here in the meantime here. How much of a victory is that? Sure, I mean, it's a huge victory, right? I can't understate that. Tech 9 comes through from stamina. He does it again. He might have just saved his team for another round. But the money is still lacking. They've dropped all 5 players there. There's a certain sense of accomplishment for Vendetta in doing so. They've still got good purchases here, so you're going to need a whole lot more heroics where that came from. And does Stamina have another round like that in him, man? Because that's hard to replicate.
I mean, everyone's on Galil's. Stamina, he got all the kills, so he'll get the AK. But it's messy. And Vendetta still have the advantage somewhat. It's a significant lack of kits, however, on the side of Vendetta. You know, come a late round situation, when these frags get very isolated, there could be issues, but it has to get to that point first. There have been a couple shutdown rounds that Vendetta have delivered this half. They're gonna need another.
Oh, this smoke again here. They're not going to go through that one more time. Want to have a little bit more of a fighting chance in these rounds here. They've already taken brackets control. Very effective, efficient map control from Strife towards A and towards B. Establishing a foothold. Cxzi gets a bit of a false sense of security.
It's a blind spot. Oh, Infinite.
Oh, missed chance.
And Chop in the meantime, they're splitting through CT spawn right now. The chase is from Joel's, and they have backs turned. 2 players with their backs turned. First kill's up. Cxzi is down. There's 1 player at the back of the site. Jaquinho, he's on 33 HP now. And it's destroyed by Stamina. The shoulder peek gets him. The op picked up. The bomb plant is in. The op retrieved. And 2 players coming up towards Vendetta. We're looking like we're going all 30 rounds here, Cole.
Silas off to save here for another round. What an incredible bit of timing there. I didn't think Stamina had another call in him like that right there. Huge shoulder peek, huge takedown on Jaquinho, but Joel's is the real hero, man. Flanking in from CT spawn. Driving the nail home right there. I don't know how he nailed that timing. I think they found that 1 kill in CT spawn and they thought, no way there's a second lurk. We took down Cxzi. He's been lurking in apartments this entire game. We know exactly what he's doing. We know what Strife have been letting him do. He's hoping to land timings. He's hoping to backstab and a lot of these B executes. So we took him down. Guys, there's no one else to worry about. And that's when Joel was able to sneak up and take the rest down and completely disrupt that B defense.
All 30 rounds, and Vendetta are down to their bottom dollar. You have to make the decision. Hand them series point or fight here in regulation. We await the decision.
Oof. I just trust in Silas here. It looks like I don't think they're the type of team though to fold right now and concede series point. Even more implications on the line. But no one's purchasing just yet. I think that might be our answer.
It's not
Full
just
eco.
waving the white flag yet, but yeah, they take the full eco.
What do they got for Silas? I want to see something special cooked up here. Gun rounds like these come all too often here on Inferno for there not to be some sort of trickery. Some way that Silas can get an opening pick to alleviate some of the stress off his pistols. I think they've dropped a lot of util, I would imagine, over towards Cxzi, right? As he's alone. Maybe there's some smokes around the corner that he can just keep on tossing down bottom of banana. The bomb's already up towards top brackets, so this is really hinting that this is a commitment, not just a fake here.
Yeah, Stamina's going to escort in the arch wrap. The rifle is in position, though. It's in that mini pit right now.
That's deadly. They've got the stack here.
It's a nasty headshot angle. Molly in towards the pit. Flash is going to the site. Tender opens up for the first. Tender gets another, but the rest get swept up. Series point Strife. I'm sorry, Cxzi. I don't got the faith in you right now.
Wild collapse right there. They had the stack. You can start to really sweat if you're Strife. If you're a Strife fan watching that round, you're watching him walk right into that rifle. You're a little bit terrified of what the outcome could have been here. Cxzi trying to grab himself a gun, but no luck there. And taken down relatively soon. Headshot comes on in here from Infinite.
What?
Okay, sure.
Okay.
It's a nice shot. We'll go down swinging for sure, but this is going to be series point for Strife as they want to make their lower bracket run rather, here and now. One more round required.
A map and a half so far from Snakes, but the impact has to be given to Stamina. He's gotten them to this point. He's got the odd, but maybe most importantly, he has his Tech 9 on him.
Certainly. The trusty sidearm, sometimes the primary for this guy.
To make it happen and push the issue, Vendetta, I mean, they went full eco that previous round. Silas didn't really, though. He's just an M4 and head armorless Kevlar. He spent everything to drop the op over to Cxzi, and it works wonders. The opening kill's there.
Took the elbow right off of Stamina. Slimmest of pixels here, but he has to watch from the sidelines. He has been a hero. But in the meantime, Infinite. He takes down Cxzi, walking through that smoke. Calyx goes. He gives up the game a little bit right there. That man advantage nullified so quickly here. Or rather, the equalizer nullified so quickly as it's back to a man advantage, and they've rotated another man over towards that B side. This must have been heard because they immediately called it off.
I think Infinite heard the rotate from top banana. So they're going to call this one back in towards the A site. Util thrown in for an arch trap, but a little nasty smoke put in there by Tender, or at least attempted to. I think it could have just missed the mark. The molly goes into pitch. Cxzi on the site, though. Good on the flick. Good for another 150 ping. He's going to finish it with the no-scope. We're going to OT. Unbelievable.
There's no way that's how we end it right there. Cxzi keeps him alive. One last heroic effort. One more round. That's all that they needed. He's been a bit quieter than he was over on Nuke, but that's the way that he keeps them in this game. That is so surreal. That's not easy to do for a guy on 150 ping, man. What a hero.
So 12.5k OT. But man, he just put up a star hold on such unbelievable odds. But there's still more Counter-Strike to play. 15 extra rounds, first to 19. If Vendetta falter here, they're out of contention for IEM Dallas.
Yeah, and again, I think a big priority here. Not sure if what the case is for Eris as a sub situation, but maybe they bring him back tomorrow.
Barrel spotted.
Potentially here, but Cxzi, yeah, it's barrel spotted, but Doesn't get taken down for it, doesn't get punished. No commitment from Stamina. He's just calling that one over. You can see the position there where his teammate didn't want to swing too far in the mix. Oh my goodness, that HE though was unreal.
Nearly 150 damage out of that thing. That's going to soften them up. The rest of Strife to reconsider. But now that the storm of utility has faltered just a bit, they'll really begin to start working the map. Again, another 4-man A stack for Vendetta. Went Strife poke and prod the B site. No smoke for Chop. He has to drop the molly early. Smoke goes in. It's a full execute. Silas doesn't have much to say on this. No utility remaining for the CT side. So the molly goes in. And now Chop has to be forced in towards the first Orange's position. He gets cleared. The boost also the same. The chances for Vendetta in this one falter. The first round of OT's looking good, but the bomb gets dropped. It falls into the pool position. And already starting to retake our Vendetta. Such an awkward place to be. Snakes has to drop down to try and cover the plant. But Silas, I think he has Snakes locked in position right now. I'm not really sure. The swing out, though. It's good for Tender. Another multi-kill and a retake out of Vendetta.
That is lightning right there. Very fast reactions from Vendetta getting them into this round here. And you can see how quickly that bomb being dropped inside a pool completely disrupts Strife in the post plant. They did not have themselves in any position to get the job done. That's absolutely brutal right there. Vendetta on 16. Looking good. They needed that sort of recovery right there. Getting off on the right foot in overtime.
Still another purchase up for Strife, but an opportunity gone. Oh, but this time things turn around. Stamina takes down Chop. And Silas, well, he got another. Stamina snipes another. Now Tender walking on through the smoke, gets into Boiler. But Joel's right behind him. Another walkout. And Stamina's looking the wrong way. Now Joel's. He's going to take the opportunity to sneak into the balcony position, but Tender fires a bit early. Gives Joel's a chance. And Joel's is going to chase? In the meantime, the bomb is walking B. That could be just right into Chiquinho's op. Joel's clearing every nook and cranny right now. And if Infinite...
This op, though.
The jiggle peek. What an excellent smoke.
Must have spotted it.
Well, Infinite's now in a clutch. And he's good to make it do. He gets onto the site and gets the bomb planted. And now a 1 versus 2.
Very possible here for Infinite. Can make things work. Full belt of utility, though, for Cxzi. Just missing that one molly that could put him the extra mile. He's trying to dance around these smokes, but he gets himself tucked in towards coffins. This is such a powerful position in the clutch. A chance to isolate these fights.
Yeah, he knows where both remaining players are. He can pop up, steal one away. No, he reveals his position instead. Problems now for Infinite as he gets swung on. Vendetta advance forward 2 rounds in this OT. 2 rounds to keep fighting for Dallas.
Keeping their heads in that game right there. Needed that first kill. He had to pop up from coffins, land the frag. As you can see how much more difficult it is in that 1v2. Try to play it before the bomb. He wanted that pick. You could see how desperately he wanted it. When he re-swings before the bomb gets tapped right there. It's a nice attempt in the 1v3. Just no cigar here. And Vendetta, again, another clutch one by them. Or denied, I guess, more accurately. This time the Opto sings again from Stamina. Opens up and there's no trade back just yet.
Oh, Cxzi's burning. Cxzi's burning. He's going to go for the mega swing, though. At the barrels, it's signature. It's a double. Continuing the spray. And down in players are Strife. This could be a flawless CT side for Vendetta. on.
Alex gonna make the same play. He pushes through the smoke. He doesn't get deterred by the punishment in that last time. He's gonna run it right back, and this time he's rewarded here, and it's just one man left on the site. It's Tender, who's done so much work, but in the one way. He's trying to isolate here. His teammate's gone down as well.
He's so good. 35 kills and counting. Around the edge of the smoke, Joel's is gonna find the headshot. Another post plant. And Cxzi's tossed away his op. Picks up an M4. Now to swing the sight. Spots the first. Not a clutch today for Cxzi. It's gonna be Strife. They at least scoop up a round at the swap. They actually still have a chance to hold on, but it's Vendetta firmly in the driver's seat at the moment.
Staying alive another round. Grabbing themselves at least, you know, the avoidance of what could be, you know, your map point over on Vendetta. So that's not the reality they face. At least they walk away with one, but I feel like they were swing rounds all the way through.
Oh, but Infinite, all right. A step up. Out of him. And Stamina on the off angle. Chop creeping up, but Stamina will connect his shot. Falls back to the next angle. Chiquinho thinking about it. Molly goes in. Stamina gonna fight in it. Flashed off. The swing is there though from Joel's. But Tender and Chop fight back one, but Cxzi, that's the big kill. That's the right one. It's Tender in a 1v3.
Can he isolate here? He's getting pressed upon it in towards library, but he doesn't have a bomb. Might find a kill or two, but no, that's denied even. His snakes will close things out, and it's back to even standing.
Two rounds for each. Winner of this gets a map point. For Strife, a series point. If there's a time for Cxzi to start heating up again, it's this time. He's had a rough map, his toughest one today. But Strife just need that extra gas to push them over. While Vendetta, I mean, they have so many X factors running for them. And that's a start. There's one of them. Oh my goodness. Tender continues this obscene game he's been having.
Feel that one from a mile away right there. It's a lot of damage done here. The resources over towards B not that present as well. Very much so lacking here in Strife's camp, and it looks like that's where Vendetta looked to put a lot of emphasis on. I think there's a little bit of a care package dropped or no stamina. Just gonna post up here, but can't make too much noise, can't afford it. Chiquinho posted up on the angle.
Molly tossed in. Cxzi feels the need to swing.
Oh, wow.
Instead, it's the extinguish. Stamina takes some flack. He's doing such a great job at making himself seem bigger than he actually is right now. Vendetta are really questioning where they want to go.
Looks like they're going back up banana, though. One smoke, I imagine, could sell the commitment here. This is a lot of selling coming through from Vendetta. And Stamina, he has to be a real hero in the site. He finds the first. He plucks one out of the server. The rest are past his scope, but Chiquinho falls victim as well.
That's the bomb on the ground. They have to turn back around to scoop it up. But Tender, this man just does not stop. 38 kills. 2v3. The retake coming through from Banana. I think the jig starts to wind up here. Silas misses his op shot. Infinite, clearing corners. Couldn't find the clean one on the top. Joel's now next in line to swing, but dealt with by Tender. That's a triple kill for him. Approaching 40. As Vendetta have a map point.
One more round here. Timeout called from Strife as they let that one slip. Nice attempt there from Stamina to close things out, but they're at such a deficit. There were so little resources there towards B. Chop finding one on the lurk as well was so valuable. So chance for double overtime or bust for Strife. A third map looming ahead of them, but another opportunity for Vendetta here. They've had a couple of these. They've slipped through already. Can they capitalize here and now?
An unreal individual performance. How do you maintain over 100 ADR 35 rounds deep?
That is work right there, being put in. No other way to put it. This guy wants a map 3 here. Tinder showing up big time for his team, and it's just looking like they're going to let loose on this A-bomb site very early on, at least with some Hulse pops.
Snakes, though, catches him on the drop, but of course it's Tender. He's hit 40. Now Calix has support in the form of Infinite. Tender is down. Calix still underneath the port side, delivers another kill. Jaquinho can't hit the shot. We're going to double overtime.
My God, right there. Tender does it again. He's good for at least a frag, but it requires even more. Strife, hang in there again. They have so much resources put early on towards that A-bomb site. Rotations arrived so quickly. I like that kind of two-pronged approach right there. The Hulse pop combined with the brackets play right there, especially if that Hulse pop was able to fully formulate, but no one was able to get in towards pit. And that's, I think, why it didn't work out as well. If Calix wasn't as comfortable in that underbout position, he could have been taken out, traded. That could have been the difference maker, but now Strife still standing here. Have just given themselves another chance to finish this off 2-0.
All right, now the race to 22 begins. Another set of 6 rounds. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Who wants to run it? Tender's 40 kills was not enough to win this map. And this is only the second map of the series. These players haven't had a break since the halftime.
No time for breaks. Cxzi.
What is this?
Oh, they just collapse in on this setup. Calix is trying to pull things back, but he's overrun as well. This round over. Good night.
Okay.
Vendetta just stomped through that aggression right there. They just peaked one by one in brackets. They fell to pieces.
The shot calling is getting a bit desperate in my eyes. A 4-man swing mid. What's the call? And they got mowed down. Calix just walked out of spawn without any utility.
I think that means that, I figured that would mean he would go very aggressive. But he's not really pushing too far forward. Instead, they just assemble a setup, right? You would like to have some utility on this guy, even if you think he's going to die early on. You get a kill here, you fall out. I don't know what the idea is here. Maybe prioritizing that up. I don't know. Either way, you're going to test this setup. So Stamina can't afford to miss, and neither can Calix.
Yeah, because this setup could fall apart with a single swing. Shot. Fired off. Tender. Doesn't even reswing. It's going to come down to the B play. 3 players up. Cxzi with an opportunity, but no connection on the snakes. A standstill for now.
Smoke and a molly baited out there. And that's one jiggle peek from Cxzi. And a smoke towards CT spawn. In fact, it's more than just the utility that they bait out. They bait out a whole nother player here. Joel's has joined up in reinforcement here. And they only have 2 players to crack through. No movement being made elsewhere on the map. No recommitment back in from Joel's here, so.
This is a fake.
20 seconds left here. They better make things work.
Trying to sell it. And oh, they sold it to Cxzi. He was out in the middle of the open, and he's gonna go down. Cxzi thought he was sold with the B play. And it's gonna be another great half for Vendetta. Though Infinite wants to bring things back. 3v3. Silas trying to toy with his opponents, but there's simply no utility. This has to be broken apart with bullets alone. Time beginning to tick. Desperation starting to ensue, but Tender eats a dink. Can Jules win his fight? They're going to make their way onto the site. They're going to press the issue, and they're going to go into the guillotine. It's just snakes. And he gets wrapped up. 20 rounds for Vendetta.
Silas with a big 4K right there. Extends the favor. Again, man, 20 seconds left. Strife just completely sold on that fake right there. Never thought twice about it. I mean, we said it. They're getting ran circles on when it comes to the calling right here. Seems like they're constantly out of position, constantly in awkward spots. That's another round to a testament to it. Chiquinho, op in hand. Seen him go for this play before here in this map.
Scope up here from Stamina. He's on a glass cannon. I'm sure Cxzi heard something. Aiden. The wide swing. Stamina could not connect. And now that just sells the B play. That gets all the information Vendetta need. They're going to crunch on towards this A site. Jules, the only man to hold the site down. Chop is just single-handedly mopped it up. Jumping up top. Oh, he gets a double. He gives his team a chance. A 2v2.
Workable chance here, especially knowing that Chiquinho's on high ping, but there's also a Tender in her server, and he makes up for 2.
And we see Infinite. Oh, he spots out Tender at the graveyard side. He's going to take his sweet time about it. Spots him out. Tap, tap, tap. You're gone. And Infinite has got it from the apartments. He brings it down and keeps Vendetta off of map point. We have still got a game. As a side swap, Vendetta up by 1.
My God, I don't know what to anticipate here. Just chaos all throughout. Every single round, carnage. We're back to at least level playing field here almost. Strife need to sweep though. They can't afford to lose a round or else they're staring on the barrel of another overtime at the best. Vendetta taking the lead here right now. Again, we've already talked about some of the calling here. I feel like we're getting to the midnight hours here, and that's probably costing some of the brain power here. Stamina tries to Zywoo it up Banana, but he gets taken down, and now it's Cxzi's turn to Zywoo it, or Damwoo it right back, and he'll just take control. He doesn't see any targets, but he's calling it clear for the rest of his team.
Cxzi, he's up to this same game. So is Cxzi, and he's gonna drag down Snakes. Cxzi gets away. It's a 3v5. And Strife are just gonna throw themselves at the wall here towards the B site. Hope something sticks. But nothing does. Just the shots from Chiquinho. Swing needs to be incredible from Cxzi, and all the barrel even gets spotted. Chiquinho knows. Flash fires, but no connection just yet. Chiquinho swinging wide, risky, and Chiquinho does go down, but it needs to be the literal 1v5 out of Jules. First kill, the plant gets stuck. But all 3 players. Yeah, all 3 players need to just group up here.
There's no way he wins this, right? There's no way in this low. Surely he would get traded.
To keep pressing OT, he's gonna tuck away towards dark. First player swings, first headshot, 3 bullets in the mag. It has to be 1 taps, and it just isn't there. The kit on Silas, and map point for Vendetta.
There's too much to ask. They're nice attempt from Joel's again. Having himself a good series so far, but Vendetta, too much of a foundation built in that round to let Joel's get too much out of that. So now, 2 opportunities, 2 more. I think they've had 3 so far. This would be their second chance to close it out here and now. Take us into Mirage. With the lead in their favor here. And a wind in their sails. They're going for the same play. Down banana.
Oh,
this time
but the nade
Cxzi
stack
takes a whole lot more damage though.
Jiggle peek, but unfortunately, if Cxzi was on better ping, he might hit that shot.
That was a wide jiggle.
Yeah.
Alex, don't you go through that smoke.
He's done it so many times, and he's daring to do again. But Stamina's holding the angle. It's a little bait. Cxzi thinking about it. Spots chop, but no kills traded. Just for now, they're going to try and sprint up that arch side. At the same time, Tender begins to aggress. He's cooled off just a bit. His 40 kills still stands.
Wow.
And he's going to go down. Tender's gone just a bit cold. And the swing, the flash is great. Strife looking a lot more coordinated here. They're going to need to do this one more time.
Might be worth the shot here to go for it. If you're Chiquinho, unless you're trying to save some KDA, Cxzi, same case. We'll save. Again, no big deal. I mean, there's like a near 0% chance that they win this. Either way, like you said, they need to coordinate their efforts one more round. Again, every time you think they're out of this one, I feel like Stamina has something special for us in terms of the individual moments. Here's Alex greet them in apartments. Joel's.
No. No.
Oh.
Not today.
No,
Preferably not. But I would not. After all those rounds of all these multi-kills and these back and forths, I would not like the game to end on a ninja defuse. Instead, we'll have one more round here fitting. Of double OT. It would be fitting. But one more round of double OT. The question is that, are we going to go to triple overtime? Let's find out.
More OT. We might get a whole extra map out of this one. Missed Molly though, it looks like, from the CT side actually. That one exploded in the air. I've seen that actually once before as well from them. I guess it's not too big of a deal. Still a bit concerning. It could have been a big deal. And when we're this deep into the game, afford no mistakes. Spam from Cxzi here showing his position.
Crossfire.
Oh, they got everything here.
Cxzi just ran out and got a double kill, but Silas finds a double of his own. Man advantage rolling for Vendetta, but Chiquinho fires off the shot. He's the only player here on the B site. Could close out the map. Tucks out towards second oranges, and they left the bomb in spawn! Infinite ran into the site on his own. And it stakes in a 1v3.
See if they can finally pull a clutch across the line. It's Tender, though, that defends this A bomb site on an island. And there's no man I would trust more right now than him to just cover off all the bases. Snakes, there's 30 seconds left. It's not impossible for him to make it through CT spawn, but 25, he's continuing to move very slowly. And his end goal is A. And Tender's his first defender here.
And it's no good. We're going to a third map. Mirage, the final, and we're going into the depths of the night, Cole. It keeps on going. No one wants to be eliminated just yet, not Vendetta. So we have to take up Mirage. What a map.
Last map of the day. I mean, after what I just saw in Inferno, I don't think there'd be any better place to end it off on than Mirage here for these two teams, because it's becoming very quickly a slugfest. Firepower matters here a lot in this series, and I think it'll be on full display.